right, one of the first questions I'm getting right off the bat, I guess because of all the new house content, is did Trace buy your house? Are you worried about the upkeep and maintenance on the new house? This is good. How are y'all handling the house hate? It surprised me when I saw it. Would y'all do a TV show like Bringing Up Bates? Bringing Back Bates?
Bringing Back Bates.
The sequel? What's the story behind the closing of BSB? Bates Sisters Boutique.
That was honestly such a hard decision, but also so easy at the same time.
Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing.
We are knocking out a little Q&A. I threw up some questions on our YouTube community. That sounds very official. YouTube community. And you guys hit us up with multiple hundreds of questions just today. So we got a lot to go through. All right, one of the first questions I'm getting right off the bat, I guess because of all the new house content, is did Trace buy your house? Okay, so for that one, there's definitely been some discussion, but upon talking with them, I think they're looking for something with probably more land. Most of Carlin's family...
Not in a subdivision.
Yeah, most of Carlin's family, and I don't blame them, they want a little more land. And so our house here is like in a subdivision, not much land. So I don't think it's probably fully the vibe that they want now that they're kind of looking into things. But they're definitely like in the verge of house hunting. So go check out their channel because it's going to be some fun house hunting stuff coming up. Kind of a follow-up to that. What will we do with the old house once we move into the new house? There's talks about like, you could rent it. You could even do like a VRBO type thing. We're pretty close to like
which
UT.
would be nice.
Yeah, in Knoxville area, so it could be nice.
With the pool and stuff like that, but then also the liability of like all of that and the upkeep might be not worth the pay down the road, which, I mean, it's fun for an investment to keep since we already have it, but I don't know, that one's still up in the air.
Yeah, sometimes like, especially in a subdivision, a family-sized home, sometimes those aren't the best things to rent out, and you'd be better off almost getting what money out of it you can and putting that into another type of investment. So kind of up in the air. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
It also depends on where the market's at.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, we'll cross that road, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, not a question, but it would be cool once you're moved in with renovations and everything if Zach came and did a cooking video with Carlin in the new house.
I've already been telling him. I said, you're welcome to my kitchen anytime you want.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually in contact with Zach from Bates Kitchen about possibly doing a Vlogmas episode of cooking. So we'll see if we get that in the works at his house. But yes, like once we get moved in, I think having him out and do a little fun cooking thing would be awesome.
I'm not going to lie. If you've been here long, you know that we are not the greatest cooks in the world. Every once in a while, Evan does the Blackstone.
Yeah.
There's a couple signature meals that we do on like repeat.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling like the new kitchen is going to inspire me. There's something about being in a kitchen you love and it's beautiful.
That's
and
right.
It's going to be open to be able to see the kids in the other room. And, you know, maybe I'll just like get in my cooking era in 2026.
That's right.
And he can teach me all the tips. So we're definitely going to welcome him anytime he wants to come and cook. He can use the pad. Hi, sweetie.
Okay, how soon are we moving? That is something kind of also undecided, mainly
We
because
want to do
of
it sooner
renovation
than later.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so here's where we're at. The process with the holidays has been pushed out a little bit longer. So we thought originally that we would get in right after the holidays.
Yeah.
But we also, at the same time, don't want to move in if there's paint being done, the refinishing of the floors, which we talked about just because of dust and all of that stuff, or like obviously the walls and stuff in the kitchen that still need to be finished out. Once that stuff gets done, we will set a move-in date.
Right.
And then we'll worry about like furnishing and decorating as we go. I'm not as worried about all of that stuff because you can do that with kids. We definitely want to get in as soon as possible, but it's kind of hard with the holidays. So we'll see what happens in the first of the year. I feel like Evan's definitely ready like right now.
Well, it's just
right now. It's so exciting.
I am excited, but you're right. You don't want to rush getting in, especially before you're done with everything, because it's never as enjoyable as you think. Oh, we'll just live upstairs and come downstairs and there's a mess and dust in the kitchen. It's just not as enjoyable.
I also don't want to do it with little babies.
Right.
That just scares me a little bit anyways. So it'd be hard to block off certain areas and all of that stuff. So it's nice that we have a place that we can be in. I feel very thankful for that opportunity so that we're not pressured to jump in all of a sudden. So
the story behind Navy's name. choosing
I feel like
Navy's
we
name.
kind of shared this, didn't we? I'll briefly touch on it again because I feel like we've shared it before. She doesn't have like a huge behind the scenes meaning, I would say, like some elaborate thing. Kate has always been on our baby name list since, our first kid, Layla. It was going to be Layla Kate.
Yeah.
Or we ended up going with Layla Ray. We couldn't decide between the two. He liked the way Layla Ray flowed better. So Kate, I love. And then Navy it was kind of just random. I heard the name or saw the name maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I love the sound of it
Yeah.
mixed with a more girly name so that if she doesn't like Navy in the long run, she can always go with Kate.
And it's one
more
of those things like
classic.
Navy Kate together. I think it just flowed really well.
I like a little bit of like it being trendy and different, but still cute. I did debate on doing Navey just to make it more girly. I felt like the EY made it more girly, but I'm glad I stuck with just Navy, like the color, because people constantly have to like correct the spelling
Right.
when she's older. Sometimes that's a little annoying.
Are you worried about the upkeep and maintenance on the new house? You know what? That's a great question. Never lived in a house that size. So we're gonna see. I don't know to be worried or not yet. I'll give you an update when we move in, I guess, come spring. Oh, when we did the house tour, we didn't show the living or like family room. Is there a room for that? Yes, you probably missed it. In the older style houses, they were all kind of separate, almost lounge areas. Like what we're calling
There wasn't one like huge area.
Right. What we're calling like my man cave. Like they said that's where guys would just go chill and watch some football or something. And then you have the sunroom in the back.
The sunroom is what will actually become the living room space.
Right.
It is to the back of the house. It's not like centered in the middle, but I think it still works back there.
Yeah.
But we'll try and make the one with all of the windows like super cozy, big rugs, couches, stuff like that, seating, and that will probably be our hangout space back there.
Yeah. Okay, I do not understand this. It actually has 24 likes on the comment, so it's, I guess, a highly thought question. Is Evan singing the intro to the 25 Days of Christmas?
Does it sound like you?
I haven't noticed.
I would have to replay it.
I haven't noticed that it does. No, that's just...
It is fun and catchy.
It is a fun and catchy song, but that's just one of the songs I use like in the background of vlogs and stuff. But no, it is not me.
Do you guys remember back in the day when we used to have intro videos?
Yes.
I remember our very first one. Please, never ever, for the rest of our lives, play that video.
Cringe.
I'm already embarrassed thinking about it. That was your idea.
Okay.
Evan gets credit.
Okay, listen, I still sometimes like intro videos, but I feel like sometimes I just like to get into the video now.
Or
maybe,
make them quick.
Yes, I don't mind what we went with for like
Oh, we were so corny.
Yeah, back then. I'm saying I don't mind what we went with for like the 25 Days of Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that
Something
was
quick,
cutesy.
little catchy music, gets into it, boom. Our other ones, we made like 15 to 30 seconds, and please don't even go back and watch them because they were very cringe.
It's the first one that gets me every time.
Yeah.
The
little
dances.
dancing.
We
Oh,
don't know
man.
what we were doing.
Yeah, that's actually embarrassing.
You can tell we never grew up dancing.
Ooh, are you planning on getting a grand piano for your new house?
Y'all know it would fit the vibe,
It,
right?
It really
Evan
would
says this
fit
all the
vibe.
time, that he wants to get one because I used to play, growing up.
She still plays. She just
I
doesn't
don't ever
play much.
play.
I want her to. She sounds
I have
amazing.
the ability to play, but I don't play because I don't have a piano.
So we need to get one for her, and then she can teach me how to play.
You know they're loud. And you know if I teach you how to play, it's going to be the same 3 notes ringing in my head every time you practice.
I'm not very patient, so I probably wouldn't practice.
So I actually grew up with a lot of siblings. A lot of you guys know that. And one of the biggest things that my parents did was they implemented like music lessons, and we always had to like do the piano first because it's like the basics for all instruments, and then we could add another instrument on after we like started getting into that. And so we all had to practice each week for 30 minutes. Do you know how much practice that is?
Well, if there was like
all of the
10
kids?
of you at the age at the time that did instruments, that's...
We had like a time frame
5
from
hours?
this one did piano, then the next one went, and some people would miss one day, so then it was hour the next day. And if you were more advanced, you had to practice for an hour a day. So it depends on what.
Just being in the house and hearing the music that long.
Yes, because it's not your beautiful piano playing that you hear after you master it at the recital. It's the every single time.
Oh my word.
And that was growing up. We always had the beautiful background music. There was a time where we ended up getting a keyboard that you could like turn the volume down because we got two. We had a regular piano and that so that we could get our practice done because we were always fighting for the piano to check that off of our like list that week.
That's crazy.
Good memories, good times. Don't you want to hear that your kids doing instruments? We should get them into instruments, honestly.
I think we should.
They're a little young. They're a little young.
But you could teach them.
It's so much harder being the mom and teaching.
Is it better to get a teacher?
I feel like things like that, it's just
hard for them.
It depends on the kid and the personality. True. Like teaching you would be a nightmare. You'd never practice. You'd go one day and never practice after that.
That might be true. Also, Evan's doing an amazing job with these videos. Thank you. That is very nice.
He's working a lot of late hours and he's crushing it.
Would love to see that American Girl doll hotel trip. We should do it. I think we're going to have to. Layla's been talking about it for over a year.
Don't tell her, but...
Are they going to tell her? Well, she does watch our videos now. Now we have to be careful, y'all.
She watched the video a couple days ago of Vlogmas, and Evan was like, give me the remote. And he like muted it when we said the part about their Christmas gifts.
Because we were filming and we were like, Carlin was like, oh yeah, I already got their bikes for Christmas. And then I was like, oh babe, we should take that out. And then I was like, that was all just like funny. I'm going to leave it in. They probably won't. And then like, the next day, they're sitting there, and they're like, Dad, can we watch Stew Crew? And I was like, sure. And so they picked that one. So I was over there at the desk editing, and I'm watching out of the side of my eye, waiting for that part to come up. And I was like, hey, Zay, do you know how to mute it? And I taught him about the mute button. And it was coming on. And I was like, all right, mute it. And he couldn't figure it out. And I was like, Zay, mute it. Zay, can you mute it? And then he finally hit it right before you said it.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, they watch these now. So... But yes.
I thought about go ahead and getting her the American Girl doll itself for like Christmas.
Doesn't she have to pick it out though?
But I want her to have the actual experience.
Yes.
Because I think that's what's in her mind.
Oh, that's part of it.
The matching outfits. I mean, when I say she's been dreaming about this day her whole life, it feels like, at least for the last year.
Yeah, she'll go ballistic.
She talks about it all the time. Wow, your sock is making a great debut up there.
Yeah, I don't look at the fact I'm wearing dress socks with jeans. Most of the time I don't feel like people do that, but I had like boots on and no one saw. Till now. Now all of you are seeing.
Cool.
The whole behind the scenes of filming, I admit to having been long curious about what goes into all of it. I mean, for the most part, we're just picking up the camera and saying, hey, what's up?
I don't feel like there's a ton that goes into the filming part.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a big production where you have to like set up lights and all the things.
Yeah.
It's really just like the camera. I'm sure you've seen it before. It's a camera with the mic on top, and then Evan just like swings it around. Sometimes when I'm watching the vlogs before they go live, he's like going in circles.
She's like, hey, stand still to talk, because I always pace. I do it on phone calls and everything. I'm the guy that paces on a phone call. So she'll be like, hey, you're kind of almost spinning in circles on the vlog, getting dizzy. Like, I'm dizzy watching it. But yeah, I am a tech nerd. I've got a few fun, like, we've got GoPros for if we go to the beach and get in the water or something, or I've got like a gimbal if I'm doing slow B-roll like I did for the house tour.
Yeah, you use a lot more for that for church stuff and church videos that are nicer events. What really goes into the video side is more the editing, which I feel like you've given them some behind the scenes of that, but that's where your time...
That's boring to show behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's like the time-consuming side of it. The filming part's easy. It's the editing and putting it all together that can... Yeah, you can clock some hours on that.
Carlin pays me overtime if I spend a lot of time editing. This is good. How are y'all handling the house hate? It surprised me when I saw it. Honestly, like...
When you're in this line of work and you put yourself out there, you have to be okay with, like, people disagreeing with your decisions or, like, they like you, they don't like it. There's just... It just comes with the territory. Yeah. So you have to be okay with it. And I get it. I do get it. Because sometimes what you see is this much of our lives. Right. And so, I don't know. Some things don't make sense fully to you guys. But we just have to keep every day asking ourselves and praying and asking the Lord if we're making the right decisions for our family and for us. And as long as we think that we're headed in the right direction, we can't really... weigh in to, not that I don't value people's opinion,
Right.
but when it comes to something like that we really feel like we're following the Lord in.
Yeah.
Does that make sense at
It
all?
definitely makes sense.
I mean, I'm not saying
because-
specifically just the house. I'm talking about in general of all of it.
Well, and it kind of goes in any aspect of life. Like you could almost dumb that down to an even like a question that really would be so dumb you'd never ask it, but it would give the example. I could go to Taco Bell just to drive through and get a Coke, and there would be comments that said, "Oh wow, you know McDonald's has better Coke. Why didn't you go there?" Or, "Oh, Coke's horrible for you. You should drink water." Or, "Oh, try zero Coke." Like everybody has opinions, and that doesn't make their opinion wrong. It's just you got to do what you feel is best for you and your family in God's eyes. Like,
So, I mean, I get it to an extent. I don't necessarily love like hateful comments. Like those aren't really the nicest thing, especially if you like don't know our whole full story and our whole lives.
Yeah.
And maybe not never met us, but you guys know the internet these days. I mean, it's sad, but
comes
there
with the
is a lot of
territory,
more
yeah.
hate than there probably should be.
99% of these people that are subscribed, the subscribers, they're the real OGs.
Yeah.
They're the real ones. I guarantee you, those are all the ones that are just like,
We do understand and we do appreciate all of you that have supported us.
Yes,
Like
so
that
much.
means so much. You guys have, I mean, even some of the DMs I was reading today saying how excited they are for us. For another example, like we tore the wall out in the kitchen and I knew immediately some people are going to be like,
yeah.
don't fix what ain't broken. Like it's beautiful. And then other people are like, oh, this was the exact thing you should have done. I thought it before you even said it. It looks amazing. It's going to be great.
Which both are fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with
Agreed.
anyone having an opinion on either way. So, like, yeah.
But for us, I'm really excited that the wall's gone. Like already
Yeah.
going there today, there was so much more light in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It was so opened up, and I'm excited for that cooking journey that I'm going to start.
Yeah. I think we've answered this before, but maybe it's been a while. How was the transition from 2 kids to 3? I definitely think it is the harder transition. She has been the most chill baby ever.
Yeah,
but
not
I
because
think,
she's our baby. It's just being a little outnumbered.
Yeah, you just don't have 3 arms. Like, I think
It's
2
when we
to
go
3 's
out more
probably
so
harder.
than like
And you know
staying in.
what?
Staying in's easy.
My mind is different
Why?
now.
You're changing?
Because I forgot. I'm pretty sure I said that I thought, like, no kids to the first kid was the hardest.
I said 2 to 3.
Because it was obviously the biggest kind of transition in your life. But after being a dad of 3 for 3 months, I will just say, yeah, the lack of 3 hands, like even just crossing the street, like if you're by yourself, you're holding Abby and you're helping 2 kids cross the street, it's just harder.
It's a little harder when you're out and about, but I mean, it's not because she is a chill baby. It could be a lot worse.
Yeah. Sorry, my nose is itching. I'm not like picking it or anything. I keep having a scratch. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why are you scratching it?
I don't know. It's very itchy right now. I did crawl under the crawl space of the new house today. Maybe it's a little insulation or some
Do you feel
some type of
super
tough man work.
manly?
Yeah. Actually, I crawled under after the foundation guy fixed everything, and they also cleaned out everything, put nice tarp down. Like, you could go down there and eat off of the floor almost.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That
ridiculous.
nice?
Okay.
I think she is my twin.
Yeah.
You are my twin. You look just like my baby photo.
I don't know if the camera moved or not. I had to replace the battery. Oh, I can't see the lens either. We should probably start wrapping this up.
Roll through. Rapid fire. On your mark. Get set. Countdown. Go.
How do you keep things looking so tidy? It's just my husband and I sometimes feel like I can't keep up.
Everything is not always tidy. I just spent literally probably 2 hours cleaning my house tonight while Evan had to run an errand to the new house to meet with someone to pay someone for the foundation stuff. And I had 4 loads of laundry that me and Layla did together. She's been my little sidekick lately, and it's actually been kind of bonding. Is that weird to say?
I
But
will
we've
say-
been bonding over like chores in the house.
I said this a few videos ago, I think, and I just got to say it again. Carlin, I couldn't be doing the Stew Crew Christmas
Oh,
without
stop,
her.
whatever.
No, she is doing so much around the house
I'm
and so much
just
with the kids
saying-
while I'm a little more busy editing, and she is
I'm
MVP
just
of this household.
saying, we literally ran 2 loads of dishes. We put those up. The house was not tidy. So right now you're seeing a square of my house. Like my house could be totally messy around me. It's not always tidy. I will say I do very much try to do like a reset every single night.
Yeah.
Which I think helps me in the morning not feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm those reels that you see when the pillow's not chopped or the pillow's in the wrong section that I have to come back and do it. So sometimes to a fault, I'm a little too cleanly, but there are definitely times that I get backed up and I got laundry and
Also, it's kind of like a movie where the kid shoves everything in the closet. You're only looking at this square. You're not seeing everything we took off the couch and piled over there. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We didn't do that.
we did not. But yeah, don't worry. There are definitely times it gets messy, but I do try and keep things pretty minimalistic. And I feel like the less clutter I have, the cleaner my house feels. So I'm very big about gifting things to siblings.
Yeah, she does do that. What platform do you use to edit your videos? I think I've said it before. It's Adobe Premiere Pro. And then we're going to get serious. And what do you practically do to instill your faith into your children?
That's good.
It's a good question. And here's the thing. I would feel guilty to act like I have that all together. I actually have a lot in the new year that I want to focus on for myself and my family. I need to be more faithful in the Bible reading and the prayer time, and even just making sure I'm focusing on those things for my kids. That's something I feel like I hate reading. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna throw that out there right now. Hate reading any book except the Bible. But still, it's hard to read it because I don't like to read. So that is something like, yeah, you can listen to the Bible, and I've done that, but I still feel like, for me personally, I don't get as much out of it unless I actually physically sit down and read out of the Bible. So that is something I want to dedicate more time in 2026. Well, and I can also do that these next 3 weeks. You don't have to start on a Monday like a diet. But in 2026, and even for the family, yes, we'll do Bible studies. We take them to church. We talk about God all the time. We try to live our lives as that. But I know, like, there's just always things you can be doing more to instill that in yourself and your kids. And I don't want to just instill what I would call my faith in them. It's just a relationship with God that I want them to have. I want them to have their own relationship with God and not just do something because mom and dad do it. I want them to see it through us, but them accept that on their own.
To me, I just feel like it's the simple things. Going to church is one of those constant reminders.
Yeah.
Actually being faithful and showing up. It's like a reset to your week. And I think your kids see that. They see you also reading the Bible. They see you praying over stuff. My parents were really good about having like daily devotions, and depending on your kids' ages, that can always look different. But it can be something short, 5-10 minutes of singing a little song and reading a passage or quoting a Bible verse, and then a little prayer time before bed. But I think it's just in the simple way that you actually live your life, because they see something different and they want that in their own personal life. And it's not something that's just that mom and dad have. It's something that they can have. It's that personal relationship. Even Layla tonight, I didn't tell you this, but like we were praying when she was going to bed, and we were just talking about her Bible, because she has a little pink Bible that she loves.
Yeah.
And she had it somewhere. It was like by Navy's crib. And I was like, you could actually start putting your Bible by your nightstand, so that way, as you get better and better at reading, you can read it on your own. She was like, yeah, I'll move it over there. But she was like, she's not quite to the point where she can just open the Bible and read some of the words yet. And that's why we do a lot of more kid books for it. Yeah. But she was just already getting excited about getting to read her own big girl Bible. The older she gets and the better she gets at reading. But that's my opinion. I feel like my parents just did a great job doing that growing up. It was something they always reset every single day. We either started it with Bible study. There was sometimes we started it with Bible study and ended it with Bible study. Yeah. But at least we'd end it with like a Bible story or something at night, and you can make it fun and exciting. And I will say that we're not the best at keeping that consistent, and I want to do better, but I feel like my parents did a really good job of that.
What are your Christmas plans, and what do we do on Christmas Eve? So this is actually our first year to be at our house on Christmas Day. We're celebrating with my family at another time, and then we normally always celebrate with Carlin's family at another time.
So far, Christmas Day, we've always driven to Nashville. Yeah. But as our kids get older, we were chatting, and we were like, we kind of want our kids on that Christmas morning to have our family memories. Right. And then we will go down to Nashville or over to Nashville after Christmas. So we'll still get to celebrate Christmas with my in-laws side of the family. Yeah. But I'm excited. Christmas Eve, that's what we did Christmas Eve. We've never been here on Christmas Eve. Normally at your family, what did they do?
My family more on just Christmas Eve has always been like still wrapping gifts, watch a Christmas movie, just kind of hang out and have fun. And this year, I guess we'll make more of our own traditions.
Last year we had a fake Christmas Eve here before our Christmas Day for the kids because they didn't
Right.
really know which one was Christmas Day. And we had a movie night. We had snacks. We did gingerbread cookies upstairs. I'm trying to think. I thought we did one other thing. Oh, they get to open their gifts from each other on Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah.
They don't get to do ours, but they each pick one for their sibling. And Miss Navy Girl will get to pick one now this year.
That's right.
You're going to get a gift too on Christmas Eve.
That's right.
Layla was already talking about the other day what she's getting Navy. She already knows what she's going to get, and she's been saving up her money. And Zayd is unsure.
That's the sweetest part, is just the kids loving it for each other and just the special moments.
It's the best. It's not even about the gifts. Like,
Right.
I don't even care if they, like,
It's
drew
the
them a
thought.
paper. It's that they are trying so hard to think about getting the perfect gift. Even they're still at such a young age. It's precious.
Yeah. How many hours of sleep do you get to feel good?
Evan's been running on 4.5 hours every night. I do not feel good running on no sleep. I need a full 8 hours, y'all.
Any travel plans for 2026? We don't yet.
No,
do
we don't have one travel plan. Oh, wait. That's a lie.
What?
Okay, they're not official plans,
What am I
but
missing?
there is something that has been talked about at the end of 2026.
Oh, it has been talked about, so we won't mention it yet.
It's going to be really good, and I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
But yeah,
forgot
I guess
about
since
that.
it's been talked about, we'll wait until it's confirmed. But there might be something super special next November.
Would y'all do a TV show like Bringing Up Bates? Bringing Back Bates?
Bringing Back Bates.
The sequel?
Golly, I don't know. That would be wild to get us
It-
all of us on a show again. That would be crazy. There's
It
so
would
many
be
of us
crazy.
now.
Yeah, it would just be something we'd have to pray about in the moment if something was ever like that again. But
Yeah, there's been chats about it, but nothing that's actually happened. So it'd be crazy though.
oh, actually, it turns out this is probably one of the most asked questions.
Okay, let's do that and then let's go because I think Navy Girl's
Yeah, she's
go
ready to
night-night.
eat or go night-night.
Evan always assumes it's eating.
I do say
I
that.
just better.
She will act like one little way
Right
with me, and I'm
before
like,
this.
oh, babe, I think she's hungry. What's the story behind the closing of BSB? Bates Sisters Boutique.
That was honestly such a hard decision, but also so easy at the same time. You guys know the business was coming up on 7 years.
I think so.
Or 6, right?
No,
we had
we've
already
been-
celebrated 6.
Yeah. So coming up on 7.
We started that business what feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
Like we had no kids. We weren't even married.
Yeah.
And back then I felt like we could put so much more time into it. And the bigger the business got, we brought in management, which we absolutely loved. They did such a great job.
Yep.
But as time went on, it was just so much to keep up with, and we couldn't put that personal touch to it, if that makes sense. With Whitney homeschooling and number 6 and number 3 coming, our lease was coming to a close, and we would have to recommit that lease. And so we started talking about it, and the direction and where to go next. We honestly, the next step would have been storefront and all of that anyways.
Yeah.
And it was like, are we ready to chew that? Like bite that off. Is that a saying? Isn't it? Bite that? Chew that? It's a lot. Whatever
You're
it
biting
was.
off more than you can chew. Is
Yes.
what you're thinking.
Yeah. So anyways, it was sad, but it was also so clear. So that's some of the personal reasons, which the guys did help us a ton. They did a lot of the back end, but also even Zach was going into real estate and more of his, and we were doing, so there was just a lot of decisions that kind of all went together that made it so clear that Whitney and I personally wanted to be able to spend more time with our babies as they get older. It's just everything just happens so fast, and it was really exciting and really fun. It was something that really helped us set up financially and first getting married and all that too, that we're so thankful for.
And the thing is, God directs all your steps. I remember when you first started talking about the boutique, we weren't even married yet. And I was like, wait,
I was like,
you're
hold
going to
your
invest
horses.
money in something right before we get married? I mean, yes, that is your money. Like, I'm not claiming it, but that's fun.
He was like, that's scary.
And,
Oh, such
and
good
no,
memories.
so yeah, God's good. He's been
Yeah,
good all
I'm
this-
excited
all
for the new
way.
chapter though.
Honestly, you could probably just talk forever about it, but it all just boiled down to y'all wanted your own personal touch. You would have loved to have your hands on every piece of clothing that shipped out.
I know.
And that wasn't feasible. And even though your management team was amazing, it's just when you don't have the time because of kids and homeschooling and stuff, to dedicate that, that's just how the cards
Yeah.
fell.
And honestly, we missed not getting to work together too. We
Yeah.
just didn't have the time.
Yeah. All right, I almost said Navy Ray. All right, Miss Navy Kate, you ready to go bed? This was different for a Stew Crew 25 Days of Christmas episode, but I guess we're going to call it quits here. Just threw out a little Q&A for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I guess we're going to end it here. We love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I think this is day 11. So I guess we're out. Day 11 in the books. We'll see you tomorrow for day 12.